Attention audience, the rest of this evening's updates will be based on your subscriber request. Comment down below in this video for any and every crypto you want me to cover this evening. That's once again, any crypto.
Vincenzo'S Go Crypto Investing, and you can see here a live look here after an alright golf day for old Vincenzo. I'm not a very good golfer. He had a couple of good shots. Overall, not too bad, right? But you can see Bitcoin still. It tried to bounce initially off this 200-day down here, and then it came, like we were talking about, up into this upper resistance again, and it's initially getting rejected. And if it keeps getting rejected and it comes back down to the 200 and it falls below the 200, that's going to act as bearish confirmation that what we've been talking about here, and I've been thinking, is that the price is going to run back down towards that lower support of that 19,800 to 20,100 range, right? With our industry exclusive perching tool, our YouTube made famous down here, how it was getting rejected off of here in the 2-hour time frame. And if this, how we initially see how we came back up there and touched that, and that's initially getting rejected, and if we get rejected and come back down, trade back down to the 200-day and the 2-hour time frame and break that, that's indicative that we're probably at least coming back down here to the 20,900 to 21,000 range, if not trading on here tomorrow before the futures market opens near lower support at the $20,000, $20,500, and that's what we're watching out for right now, as that's very plausible, as that is the next possible solution after we seem to be topping out up here on another what seems to be, that's not where I want to turn, on another what seems to be a fake out and could not sustain itself on support. It did initially right here, and then it came back down, had a weak bounce, and then quickly fell through it, and that's bearishness, right? That's telling us that it's probably got to trade down farther. That's the bearish action and the bears and the negative momentum is overpowering the top of what we think is eventually going to break down in another bear flag, and the technical target is down there at about $10,000, 11,000, which would fulfill our $13,336 target. But there still is a way for this to squeak up, and the immediate days coming up to the Fed raising interest rates that we went over extensively in the last video. Check that video out, talking about a housing market and a car debt bubble that's about to pop with so much money, billions of dollars in car loans, right? And a lot of those loans aren't going to be able to be serviced, and they're already starting to go into default. And I think that's another shoe that's going to drop in this financial crisis that's really going to kick it into high gear once you start getting these car loans to go belly up, and the banks are taking major losses on cars that they gave loans out for, and the people just don't have the money to pay it back. But Bitcoin, it looks like you're hedging south right now, like we've been talking about. Ethereum is faring slightly better right now, but if we look at the chart, you can see we've got topped out up here. You see that? We've had another bounce just now in Ethereum locally, but you can see where we have that big circle up there at the $1,600, I believe that is, right? I believe that is the $1,600 level. Oh, yeah, they had the fair going on. The $1,600 level right here, you can see we initially got rejected, and we're trying to form and stay on the uptrend, but it repeatedly is getting knocked down. And if you can't get some buyers to come in, this is a classic rounding top rejection, and you're going to trade down like we did right here. See how we hit this 1,361? The 200-day would be your next major move in Ethereum at the 1,369, and then major underneath support at that green ring at $1,194 and change. So those are the levels we're going to be watching out for in Ethereum right now. And then as we look at everyone's favorite XRP, you can see it's in the same sort of formation. It looks almost like the pattern that Ethereum's in. It came up to major overhead resistance again at 37 cents. It got rejected, tried to get supported on the short-term moving averages, right? If we pull up our purchasing tool again, you can see it got initially rejected right here, bounced off the 100-day, came back up, didn't beat the old high, got rejected again, right, and then traded back down to the 200-day moving average for a nice little bottoming pattern on the 200-day. Now it's trying to trickle back up, but if it gets rejected in anywhere between here and the 37-cent overhead resistance and breaks this 200-day, when you break this 200-day in the 2-hour time frame in XRP, the same with Ethereum and Bitcoin, that's going to tell you that this is coming all the way back to the supply zone in XRP's case, about the 31 to 31.5 cent level. If you break this 200-day, that's probably 4 or 5% fall from there. So those are the levels to watch. The breakout, to get a bullish breakout, is 37 cents, and to get a bearish breakout, it's at about 34.6 cents, or the 200-day moving average right there, and that's where you would look for a breakdown. And if we pull our industry-exclusive measuring tool out from the 200-day moving average to the, that's an even, about a 7%, 7.75% from the 200-day to the top part of the supply zone. So that's a pretty big fall, and that's what we're watching out for this evening and tomorrow before the futures market opens up, and especially what goes on tomorrow night, Monday, and Tuesday before the Fed has its meeting to the public and announces what it's going to do for its next rate hike, exactly how much it's going to be, 3/4 or 1 full basis point, and that is to be determined by the Fed, and we're going to have to wait until Wednesday. I think it's probably going to be a 1 full basis point, right? Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing. Peace and love. Peace and love.